though, Shogun, every match we see against GK, they're getting tough runs. They're having to beat some strong teams to even make it.
I think Gentlemen will feel a little bit hard.
They're having to beat some strong teams to even make it.
I think Gentlemen will feel a little bit hard done to as well by the run that they had, because they went 3-0 in the Swiss stage to actually qualify for this event. Beat GK, beat KC, but they didn't beat them when it mattered. Ended up with GK obviously here, and then Gentlemen dropped down to take on KC. So revenge, but they went 1-1 against the top teams in the region, but they lost the wrong time, so they are eliminated.
Yeah, that match was just tough because both teams knew whoever loses this is playing K-Corp. So I think they both knew we need this win to have a chance at this top 5 race.
Of course, over the Group B as well. Quickly highlight that, and then we'll move on to some other topics here. But Group B, this one, maybe a little bit closer than what we saw from Group A there. Shogun. I think the matchup that I was really looking at here was WIP ESK. We saw WIP eventually pull on through, but WIP, they've got a big battle today, but they got their wins the other day.
Yeah, WIP, I mean, they got definitely an easier run. I'm sure people like Gentlemen should be looking at it. We got KC in the lower bracket, and they got their former org, BSK. They went and got themselves a good bit of revenge against. Why are we not there, lads? All right, we are there, and you can go inside. So WIP moving on, they got it done in very difficult fashion up until that game 5, where they did the classic thing of, oh hey, we're in game 5, it's the tiebreaker. Yeah, we just win 6-0. I mean, it was not even close the whole way. We were playing with you. I thought it was a beautiful little bit of play from another German player. We've got more German players joining us at the top level, CJ. It's nice to see.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Compact stepping up, and it's always nice to win against your old org, as you were mentioning as well. So, fantastic final showing. When the pressure was on, they stepped up 6-0 win, and they've not got the points. Yeah, that fifth spot is just absolutely crucial lead for Europe. It is so close round.
Yeah, well, alternatively, this is points. This is games territory right now. Any early thoughts and scenarios? Give us.
Like, it's going to be chaos in Open 3. That's like, you have to win every single game that you have. Like Magnifico right now, they're in that upper bracket. Get as many points as you possibly can right now.
Well, see as they continue to play it out here. Now, I want some thoughts from you guys. We want to have a little fun before we get into our first matchup here, which is going to be Ninjas Pajamas versus WIP later on. But first, I want to get some thoughts, some early Worlds contenders. I want you guys to figure out who's going. Who's going to get there? You look excited. This sounds like it's going to be a fun time then. We'll go through each of the regions here, and we'll give each you a chance to give the picks. Anyone else go for it and debate if you want, but, whoever's doing that region is final say here. But I'll start it off. There's a couple obvious ones. I think if we start with SSA and APAC, we're just going to throw this up there on the board right away. Pioneers in Project Dela Cruz. Any objections?
Nope.
Okay. I think
boys. Yep. Great work. Done well. Good start.
Good stuff. Okay, well, let's move on to Shogun. Let's move on to Sam now. We've got our number 1 and our number 2. Maybe a little bit of a debate for one of those ones. Maybe. I'm sure somebody will actually, I'm going to like Victoria. It might be my predictions. Number 1, they're currently the top 2 in the region. I feel like I really wanted to give a nod, even to Secret or Amethyst, but every time I watch them in the big games, I just don't see it. There's not that spark. There's not teams that really rise up to the occasion for me. So I just don't see them being able to overcome what is already obviously a very small points deficit, but it's not going to get easier for them. So I'll go boring. I'll go for the top 2 currently in the region. I guess I'm not going to be the only one. Any objections to this?
No, I think I would still put Team Secret in there. I know they have
they keep losing. They keep losing.
They do keep losing. I think they'll figure it out at some point. I will show a performance deal going. I think they figure it out. I think they figure it out.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. CG, I'm going to typecast you again here. Give us OCE.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to get a wild card. Speaking of boring, I'm right there. I could have gone a little bit adventurous and gone with Team Power, considering they did win that first Open. They looked fantastic. They took down wild card in stunning fashion, but we've seen it before in OCE. This wild card team, who were formerly Team Power, they do start a little slow in the season, so I'm not going to just completely write them off. They would have had a lovely break. They also had FIFA E as well representing Australia. They looked pretty good there, I'd say, Gibbs. So I think they'll be our sole representative at the World Champs.
I mean, Wildcard's the top 5 team in the world, so I can't argue against that. You know, they finished top 5, so I
Tell them.
Yeah, nods all across the board. Okay, you've been out for a while. You're probably a little rusty. I'll give you the easy one here. Give us Mina.
All right, we know it's 2 teams. It's Swiss Lions and Falcons, but I'm going to flip the order. I think everyone is going crazy about the first Open result. Falcons and Trolley will figure this out at some point. They still haven't figured it out in Open 2 with Game 7 versus R8, but they won it. Today, they will very likely play again at some point, but I think by the end of the season, Falcons will figure it out and get that #1 seed.
Disrespecting my go. Disrespecting my go. How dare you? I'd like to create that more, but we're getting closer to kickoff here, so we got 2 more regions to get through. I need you guys to work together to pick this one out here. So work fast, get the brains together. North America. Okay, how excited about this region goes?
So I'm going to throw something out there. I don't want to hear CJ for 5 minutes argue for Shopify Rebellion Showman. I say we give him a layup. I feel like we give him a layup and we give him that #1 seed.
You look like you've got something you want to say.
I just think it makes sense. You know, let's just go off the points right now. Let's leave NRG out as well. Let's see how he's doing.
So surely energy doesn't do that, right? Like there's energy. Yeah, okay. It's a different thing you want to do with that kind of thing. But okay, I was rocking the third bet.
You got this, Jim. They look so good. They do. They lost to KC. Oh wow. It's well. I think I've got to go with Gio right now. What's one? Who wants it? Who's claiming?
Alright, I'll take it, because we're running out of time, Judge. I'm just going to throw Judge for he is going to make it to the World Championship.
Yeah, we got to get ready because we're running out. We got to get support too. How do you feel about that one? I think you're probably going to make some people mad about this one, but
It's one shot. You have something to be here. You've got to accept it. Let's go.
That's fair enough. Okay, EU, they've got 5 slots here. I'm putting Casey right on top.
No, Casey.
I'll go second. We would have Vitality second. Or they keep pushing up. Let's go Vitality.
I like Vitality second. I do like
Vitality second. Gentlemen.
Let's go, friends.
Sure.
Okay.
I think you need Jackie there somewhere. I think you need apparently Jackie. He always shows up.
Ninjas in pajamas first.
Yeah, Ninja Pajamas.
All right, fine.
Or
Ninja Pajamas, and then
How about Ninjas and
but
Pajamas?
GK is still there.
Yeah. Okay. So PC, mates, Ninjas Pajamas, GK.
Okay, just
Friendship.
Screenshot this graphic and show it to us at the World Championship and see how wrong we were.
Yeah, Jack, give us a rating right now out of 10. How do we do? 1 being awful, it's all going to be wrong. 10 being you guys are geniuses. Let us know right now. But we're going to move on. We have to start getting into it. If you want to watch from a different perspective, make sure you head over to the crowd cam that's going on here. It's the way sports are supposed to be watched, right? You know, from the sidelines. They both up. They both offer a great perspective. You can get a better view of the plays that are developing and how rotations are going on. So hop on over to twitch.tv/RLM Sports to get that perspective. I like to have it on us and monitor as well. And of course, you want to know what they're fighting for. Points are very important for these guys. A little bit of money in the pocket to 21 MK for first place there. 15 points. That'll be the bigger thing. The teams are looking forward to steal away here. More points you can get, especially with that fifth spot. You're going to want to get as many as you can this weekend. And looking over at the brackets, you can screenshot this one as well in case you forget all the things are going to go. Or maybe you don't have to. I won't get that right now. But, there we go. Next. This bracket, you know how bracket works. Just start with through one little order. Playing it in, it's pretty simple. We start down in that lower bracket, round #1, and then move our way on down to the lower bracket with Cape Port and Manchester City. And then move on to the other 2 matches in upper 4 matches today, 4 best sevens, and we'll see how they go. So make sure you lock in. Get ready to Rocketleague. Ninjas and Pajamas versus WIP. Nip and Whip up first. And this is going to be our one, CJ. I mean, we got a couple familiar faces. Station, Rocket, I think his first time placing this high here. So they got a big task in front of them.
Yeah, it's going to be tough one to cast. Nip and Whip. What a great first matchup. We've got a 2026 RLCS, ladies and gents. But Ninjas in Pajamas, I think they've been looking absolutely fantastic. What a hiccup they had in the first qualifier of Open 1, but since then, haven't really put a foot wrong. Looked great, I thought, at the kickoff land. I think this team's gelling well. And I'd say it's a pretty good first matchup for him.
I would say you're completely wrong there. I am actually worried about Ninjas and Pajamas because they've had many hiccups. Because let's not forget the kickoff land gauntlet, they got swept by Redacted. Like, they've had moments where Ninjas and Pajamas have been inconsistent, and that is an issue. They were inconsistent yesterday as well. Sure, their peak is #1 in Europe. They almost took down King Corp in that first grand finals, but their floor is relatively low. So if WIP can make something happen early here, I think there's a chance. But for these guys, these young kids coming out, they've been around in the RLCS for a long time, compact. Well, last season, 4 main events, no top 8s. 2024, 3 ninth place finishes. Then you got Day Shift last season, 4 times, 2-2 in Swiss. Didn't make any of those main events. And then Matt, he was on Money ATM last season, 3 ninth place finishes. They've been so close so many times to their goals. All 3 of them finally here in the top 8. Let's make magic happen.
Now, we'll see though. On the other side, though, Shogun, Ninjas and Pajamas. I mean, these guys are used to the pressure. I mean, they don't got anything on them right now. Well, Whip is like, okay, we're here. We're finally in it. That's gonna be in the back of their minds.
Yeah, CRI is just like, he's just getting better about it. Every single region he goes to, he just brings something new back with him. But yeah, this is an important one. They do not want to get dragged down into this battle for the 5th spot, because everyone around them can still gain positions. They want to just, leave that for Man Cities, leave that for GJ. Do not get dragged into that whirlpool, because it's going to be very difficult to get out of. Remind everybody, here's this one, you're out.
Well,
Yeah, to win. That's why I said overall, your best bet in a rank like this is just win. You don't want to be up in
Is it for the bracket? Is it? It's not
Listen,
bracket.
No. I'm sure Gibbs could find some sort of format.
I'll think about it. You got the Swiss, you lose your first 2,
Yeah, there's your answer right there. But yeah, this definitely is going to be favored to one team over the other. Ninjas and Pajamas, they've got that poise. Kids, they've got that experience that WIP is just not going to have in this. Obviously, to see what they bring, but yeah, and I guess.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I think these first games will be telling because, yes, the Ninjas and Pajamas, they've been inconsistent, but we know that they can ball. Well, work in progress over here. They're a work in progress, and this is their first main event match. There's going to be a lot of nerves on the lines of games 1 and 2. I think incredibly important for work in progress or win to at least win one of them. They need to at least win one of these. They do have 2 elements.
Yeah, I want to, again, I mean, maybe there's some, like, opium I can look for here as you guys get the progressive fan book going on. Hashtag WIP. But maybe they lie, Ninjas, Pajamas, CJ do have a loss, coming into this weekend. Maybe that's, I don't know, I'm looking for something.
Yeah, I think you maybe talk to Gibbs if you're looking for something like that, because I'm very confident in the Ninjas in Pajamas in this best of 7 first, the playoff match of Open 2, and I think this team's fantastic. Top 2 from the first Open. You're looking at the redacted chant on the kickoff Sunday. Look, maybe they don't care about the 5th spot for Europe. Maybe they just want to work like ready for that kickoff gauntlet, and they're happy just with their points that they accrued on the Friday. So I think they're looking pretty good. Look pretty strong. They'll have a lot to eat as well. Shout out to the coach of the Ninjas.
Now, what I'm saying, though, like really quick, is, common opponents. Last week, Whip played Magnifico, and they lost to them 2-3 as well. Ninjas and Pajamas lost in Game 5 as well this week. So maybe everyone's counting Whip out, but I think they can put up a fight.
Okay, well, let's make it dramatic. We're still got a minute till kick off anyways. But let's make a prediction dramatic here. I think we assume which way we're leaning here. We know, CJ just said it, he's very strong on Ninjas Pajamas. I'm assuming that I'm going to go against that. So, look this up. I have to agree with him here. I've also just been talking about how this is a team with more experience, and I believe in that experience. We've seen it so many times over and over again. With progress, they're coming in with a lot in the back of their mind right now. I mean, like it's just the best. It's just said they were placing. I really think that Bengals will be able to see the this.
I'll give them 2 games on this work in progress. It is going to be too steep. I think Ninjas and Pajamas, they showed that they could be the top 2 in Europe and could possibly be #1 on any given day. I do think Ninjas wins, but I think they will be tested.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a part-time job hating on NLP, so I can't see anyway that they lose this one. So I've got to go for the Ninjas in Pajamas. I think that they are just a class above WMP. Yeah, one or two games I can agree with Gibbs, but this is not Siege Champions Field.
Yeah, you're in, guys. You're in safe hands as well because I have not made a wrong prediction on playoff Saturday. I'm 4 from 4 after the first open, the only one. So I'm going to continue that right. I'm going to go 8 for 8 on playoff Saturday. Leaf, welcome to the club.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think you can bring above that on this one. If this was like one that was like maybe, you don't know, I don't know. I would have said, anyways, chat's with you. Well, surprisingly, not like heavily. I would have expected to see a much higher chat.
Really, because I put up a good case, the big or like KC, Vitality, those sort of ones, I think, and you usually have fan base behind you as well, that really drags you up to that point.
All right, well, either way, Rocket League's ready. Why don't we get to that? Enough of us. Let's get into the game. Let's see which one of these teams is going to rock out on top. It's do or die. You lose, you're out of the European Open at number 2. Ninjas in Pajamas versus Work in Progress.
Thank you very much, Lee. It's cool. I'm here with the CH DJ. You can just sleep on this, but I appreciate you doing, mate. Game one brought to you by Corrected, and it's been winning with rhymes. I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. This could go anywhere, this cast, but it's great to see Ninjas in Pajamas. Liking the look of the team. I love the top two from the first open. We do get our first look at this compact Asian team. They're looking pretty happy on the player cams as well in the pre-game. So let's see if that confidence translates to the video.
Already been subjecting their opponents to a fake kick. Also, can see a little bit of this team wanting to take something to Ninjas in Pajamas. Because the last thing we want to see, CJ, is them bow down to opponents that we probably say are superior, but you can see why, only getting involved. But yeah, I want to see a lot from them. I want to see what they're capable of over this series.
And we won't be seeing what they're capable of just yet.